George Washington. He was a founding father and the first president of the United States. His official term was 1789 to 1797. George Washington was born on February 22, 1732. His date of death December 14, 1799, at the age of 67. John Adams. American founding father who served as the second president of the United States from 1797 to 1801. Before his presidency, he was a leader of the American Revolution. His date of death, July 4, 1826, at the age of 90. Thomas Jefferson. American founding father who served as the third president of the United States from 1801 to 1809. His birthday April 13, 1743. His date of death, July 4, 1826, at the age of 83. James Madison. American statesman, diplomat, and founding father who served as the fourth president of the United States from 1809 to 1817. His date of death, June 28, 1836, at the age of 85. James Monroe. He served as the fifth president of the United States from 1817 to 1825. He was a member of the Democratic Republican Party. His date of death, July 4, 1831, at the age of 73. John Quincy Adams. Sixth President of the United States, serving from 1825 to 1829. He previously served as the 8th United States Secretary of State from 1817 to 1825. His date of death, February 23, 1848, at the age of 80. Andrew Jackson. He served as the 7th President of the United States from 1829 to 1837. Before his presidency, he rose to fame as a general in the U.S. Army. His date of death, June 8, 1845, at the age of 78. Martin Van Buren. 8th President of the United States, serving from 1837 to 1841. A primary founder of the Democratic Party. His date of death, July 24, 1862, at the age of 79. William Henry Harrison. 9th President of the United States, serving from March 4 to April 4, 1841, the shortest presidency in U.S. history. His date of death, April 4, 1841, at the age of 68. John Tyler. 10th President of the United States, serving from 1841 to 1845. He was elected Vice President on the 1840 Whig ticket with President. His date of death, January 18, 1862, at the age of 71. James K. Polk. 11th President of the United States, serving from 1845 to 1849. He was a member of the Democratic Party. His date of death, June 15, 1849, at the age of 53. Zachary Taylor. American military officer and politician who was the 12th President of the United States, serving from 1849 until his death in 1850. His date of death, July 9, 1850, at the age of 65. Millard Fillmore. 13th President of the United States, serving from 1850 to 1853, and was the last president to have been a member of the Whig Party. His date of death, March 8, 1874, at the age of 74. Franklin Pierce. 14th President of the United States, serving from 1853 to 1857. His date of death, October 8, 1869, at the age of 64. James Buchanan. 15th President of the United States, serving from 1857 to 1861. Date of death, June 1, 1868, he was 77. Abraham Lincoln. 16th President of the United States, serving from 1861 until his assassination in 1865. Andrew Johnson. 17th President of the United States, serving from 1865 to 1869. Date of death, July, 1875. Ulysses S. Grant. 18th President of the United States, serving from 1869 to 1877. Date of death, July, 1885. Rutherford B. Hayes. 19th President of the United States, serving from 1877 to 1881. Date of death, January, 1893. James Garfield. 20th President of the United States, serving from March 1881 until his assassination in September that year. Chester A. Arthur. 21st President of the United States, serving from 1881 to 1885. Date of death, November 1886. Grover Cleveland, 22nd and 24th President of the United States, from 1885 to 1889 and again from 1893 to 1897. Date of death, June 1908. Benjamin Harrison, 23rd President of the United States, serving from 1889 to 1893. Date of death, March 1901. William McKinley, 25th President of the United States, serving from 1897 until his assassination in 1901. Theodore Roosevelt, 26th President of the United States, serving from 1901 to 1909. Date of death, January 1919. William Howard Taft, 27th President, serving from 1909 to 1913. Date of death, March 1930. Woodrow Wilson, 28th President, from 1913 to 1921. Date of death, February 1924. Warren G. Harding, 29th President of the United States, serving from 1921 until his death in August 1923. Calvin Coolidge, 30th President, serving from 1923 to 1929. Date of death, January 1933. Herbert Hoover, 31st President of the United States, serving from 1929 to 1933. Date of death, October 1964. Franklin D. Roosevelt, 32nd President of the United States, serving from 1933 until his death in 1945. Harry S. Truman, 33rd President of the United States, serving from 1945 to 1953. Date of death, December 1972. Dwight D. Eisenhower, 34th President of the United States, serving from 1953 to 1961. Date of death, March 1969. John F. Kennedy, 35th President of the United States, serving from 1961 until his assassination in 1963. Lyndon B. Johnson, 36th President, serving from 1963 to 1969. Date of death, January 1973. Richard Nixon, 37th President, serving from 1969 until his resignation in 1974. Date of death, April 1994. Gerald Ford, 38th President, serving from 1974 to 1977. Date of death, December 2006. Jimmy Carter, 39th President of the United States from 1977 to 1981. Date of death, December 2024. Ronald Reagan, 40th President, from 1981 to 1989. Date of death, June 2004. George H. W. Bush, 41st President, serving from 1989 to 1993. Date of death, November 2018. Bill Clinton, 42nd President of the United States from 1993 to 2001. George W. Bush, 43rd President of the United States from 2001 to 2009. Barack Obama, 44th President of the United States from 2009 to 2017. Donald Trump, 45th and 47th current President of the United States since 2025. Joe Biden, 46th President of the United States from 2021 to 2025.